Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's Kyle here. Today's video, I wanted to talk about I think the hardest part about living with my disability, cerebral palsy, is, and that is the fact that it doesn't affect you the same way every day. What I mean by that is one morning, because you could be super tight and can barely move your legs. The next day, you're super loose and you're fine. Um, then one day, you're completely well rested and have a bunch of energy. The next day, all you want to do is sleep in bed. Um, I mean, even the weather, you know, if it's too hot, because, well, so I hear we burn like twice as much energy as someone without a disability. So, summer, walking around in the heat, I sweat horribly. Like in the cold, wearing my leg braces. If I wear them too long and I'm out and it's too cold, my legs start to hurt because the plastic gets too cold. Or in the summer, if I don't have long socks on, I wear knee-high socks with my braces. If I chose not to do that, which I have, then my braces stick to my legs and, have rashes on my legs. It's a constant battle of, what is too much. Falling, you know, you fall one day, you think you get right back up, you're fine. The next minute, your knee hurts. You have a big bruise. There's just never one day that's not the same. It's always ever changing, and you have to learn how to adapt. Um, that's I've said the story before in a previous video, but like when I went to college, my university years, I would some days skip my sociological sociological statistics class because it was in the morning, and if I walked too much, um, there were some mornings my legs were just in so much pain that I was like, I can't get up. So I would skip some of the class. I would skip, which I shouldn't have, but I had to listen to my body. It's funny that the semester after I took that class, he like thanked me for, being in his class and always being there and trying my best. And I was like, well, I wasn't always there, but I really appreciated the sentiment. And that's another thing. You can't walk too much. Um, well, I can't walk too much. I can't speak for everybody. I can't walk too much because the next morning, my whole body hurts. That's the thing too. It's not just legs and feet that hurt. I walk with arm crutches, which if I walk too much, then causes my shoulders to hurt. Like it's a full body experience. So, I have to be careful. I have to know when to, should I take in a leave tonight so I'm not hurting in the morning? I've made that mistake sometimes and didn't take in a leave and been hurting all day. It's just, well, and adapting to weather again with winter, like ice, worst enemy with crutches. I have to be super, super careful, you know. And then, if I fall, because I've fallen many times, and my crutch is broken, being able to, do I have a spare crutch? If I don't, do we have a spare cuff? Sometimes, you know, and if I don't, then that's why I liked being able to get used to walking with only one arm crutch because, sometimes I just had to. So I wanted to get comfortable enough to use it. That's another thing, adapting to your body as you get older. Now I'm finding myself more and more just being like, I'll just use both because, walking long distances is getting a tad bit harder to do. And, when I was 18, I was like, I'm going to walk with one crutch. and I could for a while. Now I'm like, is that the best idea? Shouldn't I just walk with both? Um, I still kind of bounce around, but now I'm kind of leaning towards using both more. And now I'm like, are these the right mm, air bubble? Uh, are these the right crutches for me? Should I be using? Because I saw this new version of crutches. Like, but do I want to spend the money to buy them? And oh, need to get the right shoe because I did a Fly Easy review from Nike. Um, if you want to see that, please go watch. But I have to have the right shoe because if it's too tight and rubs on my feet all day, like that's gonna cause more problems. Taking care of your braces. If you're, it needs padding because I don't know about you guys, but I've walked around with not enough padding and had sores on my feet. That's how I ended up, and braces can also be good because that's how I realized I needed surgery because my foot was rubbing really bad. And they're like, yeah, you need surgery to correct that. Um, but then even adapting to needing surgery because that sets you back. Well, I guess it doesn't have to. I guess it depends on how well conditioned you are, but I wasn't. And that set me really back. Um, and then just adapting to that mindset of like, I can get back to where I was. Um, because I mean, and you might not get to exactly where you were, but if I said to myself, you have to learn to just always be on the lookout for things. Because if I said, you know, with that last surgery, I mean, it's been years now. Um, kind of nervous I'm going to need another one, but that's a whole nother video. Um, I was like, because I could barely put weight on it for a while, which it shouldn't have been too like that big of a deal, but I ended up not being able to put weight on it for a long time. So I gained a lot of weight and it just set me back with the whole musculature and all of that. Um, and I just, I got set way far back and I could have told myself, this is it. This is my new normal. But I was like, no, like I want to get as close to back to where I was as possible. Um, and that kind of goes along with going to the gym. But then the exercises I needed to do um, when I was 18 really aren't the same ones that I need to be doing now at 25. That kind of goes. I want to make a video about this whole topic of falling off the grid. So that will be coming soon. Because after physical therapy, you have to adjust. At least for me, I would, after after 18, they were like, well, you're good. And I had to adjust to being on my own in terms of my own, physical health with my CP and how, doing my exercise, doing my stretches, um, getting enough exercise. And that's the thing too. What is enough exercise? Because adapting to every day is a little different. If you exercise too much, then you're hurting and you could hurt yourself. Like, then you could cause damage to yourself. Or if you exercise too little, then you start to become sedentary and then your body hurts then too. So it's constantly being like judging like what is good for today? What do I need to do? Did I get enough sleep last night? Maybe I should try to get more sleep tonight. Getting enough sleep is like critical, but that's hard for me because I'm not very good at going to sleep on time. I've gotten better since I've been employed, but still, there's some days where I only get like less than 6 hours of sleep, and then I have to like that. Yesterday was a case like that, and it's like, oh, physical activity, like I didn't really want to do any, and it's just constantly like, today going to bring? How different is today going to be? Am I going to be in pain? Am I going to have the energy? Am I going to have the motivation? Because motivation every day, is a struggle. I should do this. I should do this. That's why kind of you have to find your purpose. But every day is kind of finding that thing that like gets you up and going. Um, and it's hard. Like there are some days it's just hard, and you get down on yourself, and it's like I just want to be alone, and I listen to music. I listen to music for hours and hours, but then there are some days where I want to be like super social. Um, I generally call myself a social person, but there are some days where I don't want to be on the phone because I just want to relax. I don't want to, my body's already like physically drained and getting emotionally drained too sometimes just because you're hurting and you wear yourself down, and then adding on to, you know, talking to people sometimes just kind of adds to the mental fatigue. So you never know what the day is going to bring. It's very hard. Like, and I mean, not everyone has, like, my day with CP isn't the same, it doesn't affect me the same way as my friend Tina. Um, so it's hard, but that's when you have the people, like you have your friends that you could talk to, especially the ones that, um, have your same disability, or you talk to your support group or whatever, whoever you talk to. That's why hopefully I'll have Christina back on here in a video very soon to talk about what it's like to feel like you've fallen off the grid and not really knowing how well you're doing. That's a whole topic that we're going to discuss. So I hope you come back to hear about that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment down below, how you feel about your struggling and the need to adapt and just how you handle that. And maybe you don't feel the need to handle that. Um, Please share this on some sort of social media. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I make videos pretty much every Tuesday. I'm gonna try again. This is probably going up tomorrow on a Friday. I'm trying to see if 2 days a week is something that I can handle because I don't want to like burn myself out of this too quickly. But I also want to keep building my audience. So if you guys could help by liking, commenting, sharing, I really, really appreciate that. And I will see you next time. Thanks.